Welcome to the Retiring Canada podcast, where our mission is to educate and empower you to make the most informed, rational, and productive financial decisions. Hosted by certified financial planner, author, and chartered investment manager Michael Isbister, you'll go behind the scenes to uncover the tips and strategies to help you invest smarter, optimize your retirement income, and reduce the amount of tax you pay. Michael is an investment advisor with Fundamental Wealth, a trade name of Harbourfront Wealth Management, an IROC dealer. And now, here's your host, Michael Isbister.
Hello everyone, and welcome again to the Retiring Canada podcast. In today's episode, we're going to discuss retiring during uncertain times. Specifically, I'm going to chat about the do's and don'ts when retiring during uncertain times, time-tested critical planning questions to ask when reviewing your retirement plan, the value of a second opinion, a retirement resource library at your disposal, a thank you to the people who helped me get to episode 50, and lastly, as always, a few action items for you to consider. Now, to varying degrees, uncertainty is a part of life we all must accept. And while there are decisions and choices we can make to help mitigate and reduce uncertainty, we can never truly remove it completely. In our day-to-day lives, uncertainty can lead to stress, as the fear of the unknown seeps into our minds and raises questions and doubts about plans we believed to be bulletproof. The universe has a tendency to carve its own path, well outside of the bounds of your day-to-day control. When it comes to your retirement, there can be an added layer of stress thrown in the mix, especially if you are within the critical 5 years before or 5 years after retirement I refer to as the fragile decade. This is where economic uncertainty and market losses can hurt your retirement the most. And the choices or non-choices you make will have a major impact on your comfort and security for the balance of your 30-plus year retirement. Now, when I wrote this episode, Canada and US were in the midst of an aggressive tariff battle, and likely still are. That said, the lessons I will discuss today are timeless and can be applied to any quote-unquote unprecedented event. Now, my objective today is to help equip you with the do's and don'ts to guide you through uncertainty and equip you with critical planning considerations you should ask yourself to ensure you have a sustainable retirement income for life. Okay, so first up, focus on what's in your control. No one can predict a global pandemic, a volatile trade war, or an actual war between two countries. Attempting to predict the unpredictable or control the uncontrollable is a recipe for stress, frustration, and poor decision-making. So what can we do? Focus on what's in your control, your mindset, your choices, and the decisions you make. Here are some critical planning questions to ask yourself. Am I mentally prepared for uncertainty? Do I have a retirement plan that incorporates recessions, volatility, and bear markets? Am I confident in my ability to adapt to changing conditions? Have I created contingency plans for retiring early, retiring later, or a phased retirement? Have I discussed my goals, worries, and contingencies with my spouse or partner? Now, the next crucial step is to protect your retirement cash flow. Your retirement lifestyle depends on your income strategy, and getting through volatile and uncertain times is about having enough cash on hand while not robbing yourself of future growth. Here are some critical planning questions to ask yourself about your monthly cash flow. Do I have enough cash or other secure holdings to avoid drawing down on a portfolio that has lost value? Do I have enough guaranteed income? Have I optimized my CPP and OAS strategy to potentially maximize my government guaranteed income? Is my income flexible enough to adapt to volatile market conditions? Have I tested different portfolio scenarios to determine how much is a safe amount to withdraw from my investments? Am I aware of advanced income strategies that may help shield income from downturns? Having a plan for how you will maintain your income is crucial, and it dovetails into our other key component when retiring during uncertain times, and that is revisiting your investments. Investing for retirement in today's markets is not set it and forget it. And while we'll very likely have core holdings that are the bedrock of your retirement portfolio, you need to constantly look forward for opportunities, weaknesses, and an integrated approach with your income and tax plan. It is a continual process of adapting to changing conditions and evaluating risk against opportunities. Getting it wrong can mean setting your retirement dreams back or cutting back on your lifestyle. Here are some critical planning questions to ask yourself about your retirement portfolio. Is my investment strategy up to date for current conditions and in line with my appetite for risk? Am I still on track for the retirement I want? Am I positioned to take advantage of the opportunities volatility can offer? Am I protected against sequence of return risk and the dangers of withdrawing too much from a portfolio that has lost value? Is my portfolio risk adjusted for my age, goals, and investing personality? Are there advanced investment strategies I should be considering that may help to mitigate the effects of volatility? Taking a step back and reviewing the do's when planning during uncertainty are 1. Focus on what you can control. 2. Protect your retirement cash flow. And lastly, revisit your investments. Next up are the don'ts when retiring during uncertainty. First up, don't give in to fear. Uncertainty can be scary, especially when you're navigating one of the biggest life transitions there is. But giving into fear and making emotional decisions can be damaging to more than just your investments. The choices you make now can ripple through your entire retirement. Some critical planning questions to ask yourself. Am I checking my investment account balances too frequently? Do I have a clear, emotion-free decision-making strategy for my finances? Am I chasing trends and taking on too much risk? Are you at risk for making fear-based decisions, like selling to cash or moving everything to gold? Am I taking on too little risk and risking future growth potential? Now, there have been a handful of times I have had to walk back a client from an emotional decision that would have been devastating to their long-term retirement. And in my opinion, this is one of the core value adds an advisor can bring to the table that can't be quantified. Helping people stay in their seat and stick to a plan is crucial to long-term retirement success. Next up on the don't list, don't put off critical decisions. Sometimes sitting on the sidelines feels safest when uncertainty swirls around you. But inaction can be the most dangerous action of all if it leaves you vulnerable to circumstances. If you're close to or already in retirement, you don't have the luxury to wait it out or do nothing. Here are some critical planning questions you should ask yourself. Am I 100% confident that my retirement strategies can carry me through challenging conditions? Do I understand what I should be doing to help protect myself and my lifestyle from volatility? Am I confident in the advice I am receiving, or should I get a second opinion? With investing and life, some years are better than others. But the important thing is to be able to stay in your seat and stay the course. That's why I see uncertainty as a positive force, one that cements our beliefs and values and gives us faith that the decisions we make will be able to withstand whatever life throws at us. the best way to conquer uncertainty is to have a thoughtful retirement plan. I've worked with hundreds of investors during my 15 years in finance and have seen how when they manage risk better and make a plan, they live a better life. Instead of trying to predict your future, we make a plan, adapt when needed, and build a sensible solution you can stick to for life. Because the fact is, over the course of a 30-plus year retirement, it's not a matter of if markets will face uncertainty. It's when. And when they do, what is your plan? Okay, so that will do it for today's episode. Here are your action items for today. First off, be sure to check out the episode description for a no-strings-attached copy of my Retiring in Uncertain Times guidebook. It's a great summary of what I discussed in this podcast today. And if you want even more content and ebooks, be sure to check out our website, fundamentalwealth.ca, for an extensive library of guidebooks for you to utilize. We continue to build out our library, so be sure to have a look and check back often. Lastly, as I reach the 50 episode mark, I want to thank each and every one of you who has shared this podcast with your friends, family, and coworkers to help them prepare for retirement. This podcast has been incredibly rewarding personally and professionally. I feel incredibly fortunate to have the ability to share my knowledge and help create a lasting impact in Canadians' lives. But I want to thank a few other people who have made this possible as well. First, to my wife and my two beautiful boys. You are the driving force of my life, and everything I do is for you. Thank you to my committed team I work with day in and day out, Charlene, Carmen, and Judy. They are the driving force of our wealth management practice and help us maintain a high level of communication and value to our clients. Thank you to Christine, my sister-in-law, who is the other main driver in the podcast production, ebooks, client newsletters, and much, much more. And thank you to my business partners, Richard, Teresa, and Jonathan. It has been a joy creating a meaningful culture in business of which we are all proud of. And I'm beyond excited for what our future has in store and for the lasting impact that we make on our clients' lives. Okay, so that'll do it for today's episode. Be sure to check us out on all of our socials, LinkedIn and Facebook. Be sure to check out the description for the ebook I mentioned and a link to the other resources. If you're enjoying the show, please subscribe and leave us a 5-star review in your favorite podcast app. Be sure to check out our weekly Retiring Canada newsletter. And hey, when it comes to your retirement, don't take chances. Make a plan so you can retire with confidence.
All comments are of a general nature and should not be relied upon as individual advice. The views and opinions expressed in this commentary may not necessarily reflect those of Harbourfront Wealth Management. While every attempt is made to ensure accuracy, facts and figures are not guaranteed. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional investing or tax advice. Please seek advice from your accountant regarding anything raised in the content of the podcast regarding your individual tax situation. Always seek the advice of your financial advisor or other qualified financial service provider with any questions you may have regarding your investment planning.